All right, Kurt. So a couple of things to start with your swing. First of all, we could get a little better hip hinge right there into your backside. It is very, very important for hitters to load into that back hip. Okay, you're kind of just picking your front foot up and then just drifting. We really want to get a good hip hinge there to the point if I were to touch your quadricep on your backside, that it would be firm throughout your entire stride. And then from that point, your stride, I would like to see you land on the ball of your foot rather than get into this position right here. If I can hold on one sec, if I can draw. All right, so there instead of right there, because ultimately what that does is that carries over into the rest of your leg, and your back and your front side is completely twisted right now, and then it has to unwind in order for you to clear out your hips. Okay, so I would much rather have you land on the ball of your foot in a controlled fashion, and then ultimately you're in that position a lot quicker. So after this position, I should be able to draw a line from your ear to your back hip. Okay, so obviously yours is a little off. That means that you're getting a little bit too heavy on your front side. Okay, so you want your head and your back ear and your back hip to sort of be all connected as one. We call that our axis of rotation, and that's sort of what we spin off of when we're done with everything. Okay, so stay behind your front side a little more, and I know that you have a severe knee injury that you're recovering from, so I'm sure that's a lot more easier said than done. Okay, but you do a good job of getting on plane with your barrel. Okay, so your first move is behind your back shoulder. Now, I will say you do get a little bit of an arm bar. Okay, I tell arm bar meaning this arm right here. Okay, so it's sort of locked out, which creates lag in your swing once you start your trigger. I always tell hitters to have your big toe should be in line with your bottom hand. You're obviously outside of that a little bit. Ultimately what that does is it forces your elbows to be relaxed. If your elbows are relaxed, and that means they stay separated, which creates more space for your barrel to work in the zone. And then the last thing I'll mention is early connection. Okay, so you do a pretty good job. Okay, but when your front heel hits, I would like to see this barrel. Okay, front heel is down. I'd like to see this barrel more flat. What that does is ultimately when you're in that flat barrel position, then it just turns into a turn, and your barrel and your body are working together all in unison. Okay, that's called connection. Your front side block. Okay, so right when you're making contact, you're locking out that front side, which is really good. That means the energy is coming all the way from your feet to your barrel. You get good hip extension. If this was the front of the plate, it should be parallel with the front of the plate. That's good. Those are the big things that I would focus on working in this month would be to shore up that twist right there in your front side. Maybe relaxing your hands a little more, getting rid of that arm bar, relax your front elbow a little bit. And then working on your early connection, getting that barrel more flat once your front heel strikes. Oh, and working more on your front or on your back hip instead of your front hip. When your front foot strikes, imagine that there's a wall that's built on your front hip, and nothing can go in front of that wall. So notice how your head is sort of out in front of that line. Okay, everything should be working back here behind this imaginary wall that's being built. Okay, so a lot of good things here, just little things to tweak up. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, buddy.